Welcome, Virgos. This is going to be your reading for the month of July or for the next 30 days, depending when this finds you. And I love it, Virgos. This is my favorite card, and she came out right away. Beloved. So, Virgos, get ready. Prepare for your life partner. Romance is returning to your relationship, and believe you are lovable. So, there is definitely this beautiful, with these butterflies, a transformation. You have evolved. They have evolved. However, this is if you are in a current connection, or also just really being in a really loving situation here too. Let's see what else is coming through for you from the unicorn energy. This is like one of my favorite decks. And even when I started my YouTube, it was my first one, and we have past lives. So there is a very strong connection here with someone, and that's why I feel like the butterfly energy is sort of like really transformative. So you could have had a very karmic connection that was preparing you for this, or this is what's coming through. So we do have release your past life karma. You are an old soul with deep wisdom. Healing your past lives will raise your vibration. So for some of us, you know, it's been facing a lot of things. Why does it feel like it's one thing after the other? Because it has been, but it's also because it's having to make you this beautiful new version of yourself. You've evolved, you're growing, you're kind of like becoming this next level, next phase, which is part of the butterfly process, right? We can't stay in that cocoon forever. But look what, oh! So dramatic. Yeah. You can be a professional card reader and throw cards on the floor too. It's totally fine. But we have strength. And it says, this challenge will make you stronger. You will get through to the other side and look for the gifts in the situation. So there's always blessings. There's always light in the darkness. This is one of my favorite unicorn pictures because, of course, it's like Black Beauty. Which is really beautiful movie from like a long time ago about like strength and overcoming everything. Like she was born a small horse and then turns into this like winning, beautiful, like, right? So it's sort of like this journey and the story of like not what the first choice is. And for many of you too, like my throat chakra is already here. So it's sort of like you have the strength to either speak your voice, you have the strength to either communicate, or you have the strength to withhold. However it is, you're gonna know. But balance is here, so take time to relax, indulge a little more or less. Okay, so maybe you're not doing enough, or maybe you're doing too much. So this can also be like, you know, discipline, boundaries, restrictions, or also just let go. Set boundaries with your work. Okay, so some of you need to have more fun. You got to let the sun shine in, or see the blessings in the situation. More work, more play. You know, some of you could be way too playful and not as serious, and others of you are really serious and not having enough fun. Okay, so you're gonna know how this is. But it's also like you've been really strong for a really long time, and it's taken a lot of strength to get all of these. Like I always talk about it in our community, the Unicorn Cavalry, that when you are going through stuff, these battles, where warriors, right, you get all these dings on your armor, and it's sort of like you've had to endure so much because there was so much karma, so much stuff. And sometimes it's not just ours, it's ancestral. Sometimes it's also the things that, like, I've, you know, made some really deep prayers with God, so I knew that like I'm protecting my future generations, so like lay it on me because I don't want them to deal with it. And if you make that request, be prepared. I was not. So forewarning. This is a straight up disclosure. But what that does is it sets you up for this beautiful love, for someone who will nurture the beast you had to be, someone who will respect the strength it took. To some of you, all of us, everybody, not just, you know, Virgos, but everybody, we've been through it. You've been through something. You've been through, like, we're human. It's meant to happen. We weren't designed, and we're not in an environment that keeps us in bubble wrap, right? Like, you go through something, you're gonna get hurt, you're gonna get exposed, you're gonna get whatever it is, like something's gonna happen here. And I feel like we all go through stuff, and it's sort of like you have the strength to pick yourself up, you know. Yeah, okay, I kind of got humiliated, but that was part of it. That was a human emotion. I want to feel something else, right? I always say when something bad happens to me, okay, what's the opposite of this feeling? And I'd like to feel that. Like, I want the contrast in the situation. Also, I have a podcast titled The Contrast with my dear friend Jessica West. Make sure you check it out. All the links are in my bio on my link tree, and go through it, guys. I'm like in several podcast interviews So those are all listed a little further down, as well as my decks, as well as everything. So little shameless plug here. Keep going. Let's see what the romance angels have for us. So beloved, past lives, strength and balance, reconciliation for those of you who want it. So someone from your past is returning to your life. So this can be, again, we got past lives. So there is someone that you have a past life with, but it also talks about beloved, your life partner. So for some of you, there is someone who, look at that. Like, it's the same thing. He's like, I'm going to assume it's the male behind her, but then here too, or however your dynamics are. But I'm just saying, like, this loving embrace, right? It's sort of like this support. She's leaning on him. She's under his neck, you know, like it's a very vulnerable position for both of them. So let's see what's coming through. So reconciliation can also just be healing or a reunion. Let go of control issues. Oh, Virgos, that's what you need strength with. Allow the situation to unfold naturally and stop trying to control everything. That could be part of your karma. You need strength with. Allow the situation to unfold naturally and stop trying to control everything. That could be part of your karma. Now, I'm sorry guys, I hope that didn't interrupt the thing. So just saying, like, letting go of control issues. I keep getting calls too, so I'm sorry for the interruptions. So maybe that's part of it too, letting go of control issues, that like when you're called, you're called. You can't control when it's going to happen. You can't control when it's going to be. So for some of you, past lives here too, maybe there are some karmas that you just like have to go through. You have to deal with it. You can't just avoid it, right? And you can't, like, I'm not saying manipulate it, but you can't make it work the way you want it to. Express your love. So go ahead and make the romantic gesture. Put yourself out there. So for some of you, that could be why it's taking that strength too, so that you do that, so that you put yourself in that position to receive it. And again, very lovey, very physically, like some of you, again, physical touch is part of your love language. I'm very cuddly, so I like cuddles. I don't know. You're welcome. You needed to know. But here we have wedding. This situation involves marriage, which is totally fair because this is like your spiritual partner with the beloved, the reconciliation. So some of you have a soul contract with this person to meet in this lifetime, or some of you, I just reminded myself the other day that one of my posts, that when the soul is ready, the mate will appear. So if you've been wondering why it's not been working, it's because those people were preparing you for the real one. So this wasn't the right one, but the real one's on the way. Codependency maybe too, right? Addictions are affecting your romantic life, so this could be yours or others, but this is also like part of you healing and letting go, whatever this is. There's a lot of stuff that is being affected by it. Guys, sorry for the interruptions. Give me one for the interruptions. Give me 1-5. Okay, bye. Guys, sorry about that. Give me 1 second. Oh. It's okay. That's how it always is, right? So, see? Unexpected interruptions, persistent, but it is what it is. So codependency, maybe there's a lot of people who are always needing you, right? But that's part of it too. So balance it, right? Work, life balance, but codependency here too. So much stuff is happening and going on. So we do have with this is like getting that balance so that you have that separation, so that people respect what you're doing when you're doing it. But I think for some of you too, codependency being here too, you've had the strength to overcome some stuff. And some of it with the letting go of control issues is also letting go of other people's choices of what they do and how they're doing and what they're doing. So that's sort of like a really tough one, right? Because when we love someone very much and they're doing something that we don't approve of, It's also their life and their choices, but it does affect us. So there is this element of having to kind of let go of that. Could be some karma here too, yours or theirs, but it's just coming through with this. So it's also about gaining this wisdom, learning this, also learning when to walk away from stuff, letting people just be, because even here it's like they're, you know, they're going in different directions. So it's sort of like letting things unfold naturally, having the strength to let it be how it is. So let's see what the tarot is now that we can finally get into this. We have the Ace of Cups. So giving this expression of love, giving this beautiful energy of giving, whether it's someone giving this to you or just getting ready for that cup of love to come in, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. We do have the Four of Cups here as well. So it's sort of like you're just doing your thing, focused on your stuff, and then all of a sudden this blessing comes in. So that's sort of where I feel like for some of you, it's like you've been doing the work, you've been receiving the signs, you've been healing, you've been getting that closure, you've been closing out those painful cycles, you've been letting go of those painful lessons, right? Like take what you need from the lesson and then let it be. And then we also have, wow, so there's letting go of the lesson, and then of course he pops out, right? So it's like, for some of you too, you've been giving to all the wrong people. You've been giving to situations, whether it is also like, you know, again, addictions being here too. It's about balance a lot though, because you got a scale here as well too. For some of you, again, it's like letting go of that karma, because this can also represent that. So Capricorn energy, I'm going to come back. I just want to get this out of the way, because that's the thing. You got to do that dark work. You got to do what it is that's keeping you strong, right? The Strength card. What it is that you had to overcome took a lot of strength. Like you need to acknowledge that. So this challenge will make you stronger and you will get through to the other side. So look for the gifts in this situation. So for anyone who is battling addictions, battling codependencies, battling situations where you are being controlled or something has control over you, right? That's that energy, whether it's finance, whether it's love, whether it's other things, right? You know, having that. So this is also just Capricorn energy too. So it can also be you too. Like it is saying letting go of control issues. So it's like letting go of having things have to be a certain way, because it's not necessarily saying like in a bad energy, but it's that fixation, that obsession, you know, like some of us, if we get focused on something, we get hyper focused, right? So it's a really powerful space to be in. And then you also have the Queen of Swords, which is talking about getting that clarity. So for some of you, again, gaining that wisdom, learning how to speak this. She's really like sitting in this beautiful power, looking at the sword, and it's down, right? So we're learning how to express this. So for some of you too, it's about learning how to express yourself, learning how to share, right? Giving to the situations, giving to the dynamics as needed. For others of you too, like some of you, especially with the wedding card, okay, because it's like different things. So some of you, because it's a past life karma, this could have been a past life marriage, that there were karmic situations. For others of you with the beloved, and we're going to get to the fun part, because of course the devil energy with the wedding card and the beloved being here, oh, you'll match on all the other levels, okay? Like on the levels that matter. So there's a positive to that too. They could be really, really, really attracted to you. Very like, it's like this obsessiveness too, but like, I'm not saying in like a creepy, scary way, you know, that's different, but in a way that like your person really, truly sees that. Now with the Strength card here too, and her having the sword down, you know when to say your mind and when not to say your mind and how to express it. King of Swords too, some of you, this could be like a divorced couple, or this could be someone that you're not in communication with. King of Swords looks pretty pissed off, so you know she's trying to figure out what she wants to say. But we've also got this bird, so to me that's like representing freedom, you know, being able to set yourself free. So someone could be wanting to say things and doesn't, and you're just kind of like, you know what, like if I do, I do. If I don't, I don't. That's part of that letting go of control, letting it be. Then you also have the Four of Pentacles. So someone could be holding on to something very tightly. I feel like I said earlier too with this card, I think it was in the Aries reading, you've sort of outgrown a situation. So it's sort of like Alice in Wonderland. It's like you've learned what you needed to in this space, and it's time for you to go out. Like for some of you too, you could have been in a situation or dynamic that was very manipulative, very controlling, very mean, okay, very toxic circumstance. Gemini, Aquarius, Libra, Capricorn energy, yeah, Capricorn, and then we have Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. But it is also talking about like holding on to stuff, right? Like you have stability, you have these solid foundations, and you have these beautiful ideas and opportunities, but you also are really holding on too tightly. So someone could be like really holding on too tight to something. That could be part of that obsessive energy, or someone could be like really like, there's a lot of, that's a really angry energy. So there could have been some abuse and stuff like that too. But with this reconciliation here too, you are healing these parts of you. You are finding someone who's going to also help you heal these parts of you. And I think that that's a big part of it too, because at the bottom we got the Queen of Cups, because you are lovable, you are beautiful. Now for you, again, like there could be someone who is offering you this beautiful cup of love because you know what you're worth, and they're just like, ta-da. And this one always makes me think of like an eagle. So that could be significant symbol and sign for you guys too. But it is this time where you are needing to receive this clarity, needing to receive this beautiful space, and prepare yourself. So I feel like for some of you too, if you have been separating from someone, or there could be just two people who are really stubborn, okay? Like there's a lack of communication. But normally to me, this is a divorced couple. But it is swords, and swords are about intelligence. Swords are about like someone who is your intellectual match, but you're both not talking, okay? So that's part of why the express your love is here, is because maybe you are, or they are wanting it to be a certain way, but you guys might be having to heal a situation or dynamic at this time, or you're healing a codependent cycle in your relationship or just in your life. And for some of you too, this could have had to do with finances. This could have had to do with a lot of other things. So let's get the Archangel Michael prayer that's coming through for you, Virgos. I'm so sorry for the interruption. But I think that's kind of the thing. It's like you think things are going good, and then something kind of blows up, okay? Or something unexpected happens, because it's like relentless, right? Like, you know, it's just how it is. Have confidence. Put yourself out there. Be who you are. Express yourself how you are and the way you are, and just enjoy that beautiful vibe. So Archangel Michael, please lend me your courage and fortitude. Help me realize that I am one with all that is divine. Wisdom, strength, love, creativity, abundance, and health. Allow me to feel confident and peaceful about myself in all ways. So I'm so sorry. I feel like it's definitely like really important for you to express, like, I won't say that it's not, like this one, like he looks pissed, he looks angry, right? But then she's kind of like, I don't know. So there's like this element of like, I don't know if it's worth it. I don't know if I should. Oh, it's interesting. They both have birds. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, so she's got a white bird and he's got a black bird. So for some of you, it could again be, I mean, the symbologies, right? We got the black unicorn, the white unicorn here too. So it could just be also like you're needing to balance the energies. Some of you could be, of course, with that feminine and masculine energy. And I don't know why my throat chakra is just so terrible right now. Let me get some water. But clearing and cleansing whatever this is, and having this conversation for some of you is what is going to heal this. But it is something that could be leading to marriage. It is someone that is either coming out of a marriage, right? So like this is for however this is that is going to lead you to have this preparation, because Archangel Michael is here to protect this, right? And I talked about the armor. Isn't that interesting? Okay, thank you. There's bringing me back. As we talk about the armor and taking some dings and like getting that pain, you know, whatever it is, those situations that are getting you ready to kind of put on the armor of God, to put on that protective. So whatever it is that the devil could be trying to ruin, whatever it is that he's trying, like for some of you, you know, you're like, wow, I don't really understand why that person's like that. And then boom, right? Like there's like this control energy or this negative energy. And I'm not saying that they're like in that, but it's sometimes we're in our low vibration or negative space. And it's sort of like having the confidence to stand up for yourself, having the confidence to protect yourself, whatever it is, right? Like you needed to go through this to make you stronger. Some of you, this could be in different ways that this is kind of, whether it was a narcissist, whether it is a very painful situation, but you are moving forward towards something better because you deserve it. And whatever that is that's coming towards you will be very generous, very giving, someone who truly is a part of what you're meant to have. Like you're not meant to just like fit somewhere you're not, right? So like someone could have been trying to kind of hold on to you, or you're kind of trying to hold on to stuff. Because we do have the 2 4s. So it's sort of like you're both kind of like reminiscing about stuff, but this is just a really interesting vibe. I'm sorry, I got a little thrown at the end here, but having confidence to move forward, having confidence to move away from a situation that's breadcrumbing you, especially for those of you that feel like this person was kind of making you feel less than. Yeah, bye. Next, as we like to say, if you got an X, you add an N and a T and you say next. So for those of you who are moving away from that situation, balancing yourself out, getting yourself in a beautiful space, it's just clearing that vibration, and that room is being created for this next person. So a very interesting spot that we found ourselves in with unexpected interruptions. So I do feel like that could be part of it too. So that's sort of where like, it's like, try to still stay focused, try to bring yourself back. You have to, I have to, we have to, we do it together, okay? So you got this, and focus on what's important. So make sure you guys are only following the links that I provide. As always, stay safe, and please do book on my website if you're wanting to get a private reading with me. I'm looking forward to seeing you. As always though, there are other people who do pretend to be me, so I will never ask you for money or message you for anything outside of my website. So only book through the secure resources that I provide, and only follow the pages that are directly connected through my links. God bless all of you, and we'll see you again really soon. Take care.